Hey, what is going on, guys? This is your boy Az. We are back here with another morning update video for you guys. Hopefully you guys are having a wonderful start to your Thursday so far. And of course as well, let's get you guys caught up here with a couple of things here before the reset. And of course as well, we're almost at the end of the week here. So just make sure you guys are hanging in tight there. It's almost Friday and almost a weekend. I'm looking forward to it. And of course as well, it's always nice to just get that extra fun time with the family and the friends and all that other stuff. So without further ado, let's quickly jump into it. So first and foremost, in case you guys may have missed it yesterday, we did get the introduction of Morph into the Terror store. This was earlier than what we had expected, which is really nice. He was already available via the Loud and Proud event, but now this is really cool that he is officially in the Terror store now. So what that means here is Executioner and High Evolutionary now are both permanent slots. So really the last one left is on Malekith. And also what it means is that on rotation, Angel and Morph and Malekith are kind of part of that let's call it the pendulum wheel of chance. And then of course as well, that means whenever the next character that should be introduced here now, Malekith will be the last and final member of the Shadow Conclave to enter into the permanent slots. And that's important because, well, for the longest time, I think, right, since the Age of Fear and since this whole character shifting with how the release methods have been, people were really worried about how we can get access to these characters, right? And of course, as well, they were only available through purchases, and now we can access them, right, free to play. And of course, as well, that's important because we're going to, for sure, definitely need them, probably most likely for this upcoming Fear Tower. And we've already seen time and time before, again, where we use them in the, if you're a war-oriented alliance, they're quite good. I'm enjoying using them in war. And of course, as well, they don't seem too shabs as well in Cosmic Crucible as an offense team. So, yeah, overall, haven't been too disappointed by them in that regards. And also on that note as well, with the introduction of Morph into the store, again, I think we kind of talked about it yesterday as well here, but all these new teams, I mean, we've pretty much have access now to basically both the Exalted X-Men and to the Shadow Conclave. It's been a while already for the Shadow Conclave, so Exalted is now complete now with the introduction of Morph into the store. And of course as well, we also had some early shards for Riot, and today we should get Toxin coming in, right? He should be entering into the game today via his offer event. And of course as well, it'll be interesting to see what they do in terms of his release method. But nonetheless, I do feel like that they are staying true to their word here, and they are allowing for us to basically farm shards on these characters. It may take a little longer if you're not, using your wallet. But yeah, over time and playing the long game, playing the patient one and the smart choice, we will eventually hopefully get these guys caught up here and hopefully maxed out eventually. Now, also keep in mind now, despite the fact that we don't have our Shadow Conclave totally maxed out just yet, we have already seen now, even with, the last couple events, like, for example, using our Daring Warriors, the 4-star teams have been able to compete at a very high level, right? Of course, as well, having said that, my Eclipse is, 110 tier 20. So that's obviously very high-end tiering and gearing and leveling. But nonetheless, 4 stars have been able to get the work done. And of course, as well, like I said, if you guys are looking for like a hotspot for Shadow Conclave, yeah, getting them up probably closer to 4 stars. So as you guys can see here on screen, my Executioner is pretty much 4 stars now. So we can bring them up when we can here. We'll see if we need to. I also feel like the 3-star, 4-star mark characters are still very powerful. As already seen, if you guys had seen some of my earlier footage, we had Angel. He was able to succeed in completing the last and final section of the Storm Tower. And of course, as well, despite the fact that he's 2 yellow, 0 red, of course, as well, like I said, he's not level 110, but we did have to bring him up to tier 20 in order to kind of get his stats up a bit. But nonetheless, he was still quite effective. And of course, as well, like I said, we've been able to kind of work with these low star tunes. And overall, I would say if you are planning to, you know, build up your, you know, if you're planning to use your Terra credits and you're trying to get character shards on these guys, I would say a good spot to stop is probably around the 4-star, 5-star range. Like even my high evolutionary, we've had the most time to get him up here, but yeah, I can bring him up to 5 right now if I want to. And of course as well, like I said, we've been able to get the content completed, despite the fact that we're not totally maxed out at, you know, 7 yellow, 7 red, whatever you want to call it. But we have been able to get done at 3 and 4 stars, depending on the situation, right? We were able to use a 3-star storm as well previously in the Surfer Breaker Scourge. But anyways, that's enough. That's enough about that. I just wanted to let you guys know, like, if you guys are planning to farm the shards, be careful, right? Balance out the resources between, you know, if you're trying to focus on your G20s and if you're also trying to save some credits as well for, you know, gear 21. And yeah, don't use your Terra credits from those purple ions. We're gonna get lots of purple ions from Battle World and other inputs as well, but I would say just, you know, keep the Terra credits for shards and for G20s/21s if you can, or if you are totally just focused on gear, you can just focus on G20s and G21s, because yeah, those are still the massive resource priority, and it's gonna get your characters geared and tiered faster, right? So anyways, that's as much as I want to say about that. Okay, the Storm Tower is leaving tomorrow as well. So yeah, like I said, try to get the most out of it, out of this as much as you can here in terms of the unlock and stuff. And we're just gonna reset it so we can see the minions here. But yeah, a lot of people were basically struggling, I think, with cell number 10 because it requires a curse. And then of course as well, I think somewhere between 11 and 12 were also very difficult sections, because if you don't have Daring Warriors built up, you can use a Sentry comp that works with Daemon. And then of course as well, cell 12 is basically calling for new mutants, or Exalted X-Men is what we used. But nonetheless, do remember that the Mighty Tower Storm will come back in 2 weeks time after the Fear Tower ends. So we're gonna have 2 weeks of Fear Tower, and then we're gonna get 2 more weeks of the Storm Tower, and then I imagine the Fear Tower is gonna come right back after the last edition of the Storm Tower. So of course as well, I will do my best here to get a prep video for you guys here with regards to the Fear Tower. I've just got a couple of finishing touches to do on it, and I'll go over kind of my thought process as well. And just a big shout out to Valley for getting out the early team compositions out for us. So if you guys haven't had a chance to check out his video, I'm going to link it in the description so you guys can have a look at the team compositions of the teams for the Fear Tower for tomorrow as well. And last thing I want to leave you guys with here is just some quick little data mines here. It does look like the so next week we're going to get a new strike pass, and it does look like we're switching over from a Shadow Conclave strike pass to Morph strike pass. So that's interesting. So more shards. So it's weird we're getting strike passes for Morph when we haven't really yeah, I guess, you know what, Morph is kind of after the Shadow Conclave, I guess maybe it makes sense, because yeah, they said that they weren't going to do another Angel pass, so I guess that makes sense. But Angel is farmable in the Terror Store, so that's fine as well. But like I said, just a FYI that there is a strike pass here coming, and I think that's kind of all I got here. Rage is on vacation, and he usually does the data mines for our alliance. So unfortunately, we're not going to get too much data mines this week here. So I'll probably be leaning on Boilons if he does it as well. But yeah, other than that, I don't like doing data mines because what happens is you have to use you know, an account on BlueStacks. And I don't want to compromise my main account or my baby account, because I do use my baby account quite extensively. So yeah, Rage has a baby account he doesn't really care about, which is fine. I can't pull the data from, you know, from the other account, because I do play the other one quite extensively for guides and stuff. So yeah, unfortunately, yeah, that's just the way it goes. And with all this ban stuff going on with the ban hammer and the suspensions, yeah, I don't want to take a chance right now if it compromises any of the accounts. Otherwise, I won't be able to get, you know, I won't be able to help you guys out if my accounts are, you know, suspended or whatever. But other than that, guys, that's all we got for this one. Happy Thursday. Hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. I'll see you guys in the next one.